let's start first with the name of the jacket. So the name of the jacket is called Rick Owens Fall Winter 21 Gethsemane Runway Babel Mountain Cropped in Lightweight Nylon. So let's talk about the detail of it. So this Babel Mountain crop has a below the waist length with a center front zip. It is padded and quilted with horizontal stitching lines. So on the front, there are 3 padded shapes on the front, and there's also the 3 padded shape thing on the back. I like this better than my Performer jacket. I don't like how busy the Performer looks, although it does have pockets, but it just looks a bit more busy. On this version, there's no exterior pockets, only 2 interior pockets. We'll talk about this later. And I never truly really liked the star effect on my Moncler one. That was just like the most accessible when I first discovered the Sisyphus jacket, and then it just coincidentally, this was when Moncler and Rick Owens was collaborating, so the jacket came out right away. I just really like the puffers, the funnel neck, and I love the crop nature and the long sleeve. So it was like good timing, so that's why I got that. With this jacket, with this one that I have, the Babel Gethsemane one, the 2021, is that it's very simple, it's just 3 padded thing on the front, so it's very simple. Next up, we have a high funnel neck collar with 3 snap closure, which can be worn wrapped around, hang open to expose an inner rib neck. I love this neck detail. For my Performer, Rick and the team kind of toned it down, as shown by the photo video right now. My first down jacket from Rick was his collaboration with Moncler. I really love it. I love how unique it was. I love that it's practical. It's not just there to be there. So that was the love part. So the hate part was that, like, when you're not wearing it, when it's just hanging around, like it looks like a whale's penis hanging around your jacket. It looks kind of out of place. And when it's too hot to be wearing it around your neck, it just doesn't look right to me. Like when I'm just letting it hang in the front or hang in the back, it just swinging around. It looks a bit awkward. And it's incredibly impractical when you're not like snapping it up, buttoning it up on your neck, because like when you lean to do anything, you're gonna hit it. Let's say you go to a buffet, right? When you're trying to lean forward to grab some other food, that thing's gonna touch the food in front of you, or you're trying to reach for the food behind that food. So it's kind of impractical when you're not wearing it properly. And this is just a tip for Rick Owens and the team, if they're watching my video. So on the funnel neck detail, there are 3 snap closures. And when you close it up, as you're watching this video right now, when you close it up, it's not the tightest. So my suggestion to the team and Rick is that they should have 3 more snap, like further down. So then when you truly want to be fully insulated when it's really cold, you can tighten it to the fullest extent. So like have 1 here and then 1 here. So then like when you just want to have it on your neck, you can do it here. But when it's really cold and you want it tight, you snap it further, so then it keeps it more in place, because at the current location of the snap closure, it's not the tightest. And when it's really cold, you want to keep your body insulated, so you don't want any air going through your neck. Okay, now we're gonna talk about my favorite part. So it has a long sleeve with extra long cuffs that can be folded back. So the sleeve. So first, let's talk about the con first. So it has no rib knit cuffs, which is very necessary for a winter down jacket when it's really cold. The rib knit cuffs will keep your arms warm and keeps your body more insulated when it just, really hugging your arms tightly. So on my Performer and on my Moncler, it does have the rib knit cuffs, and it comes in very handy in the winter. So when I was climbing a mountain in Austria, in Salzburg, and I wore my Performer, I was really using the rib knit cuff to to close it up and put my arms in there, so then it keeps my body very warm and insulated. So the fact that this one doesn't have the rib knit cuffs, you're definitely gonna need gloves. You're definitely gonna need arm warmers if you're using it as like a winter jacket when it's really cold out, when it's like 5 degrees out, So that's a con. Now let's talk about why I love it. So at the end of the sleeve, there are 4 buttons to close it up. Let me just pause here for a moment, because I know I'm filming a long ass B-roll, and you're probably watching this video now, and I would probably want to use all of my footage. So enjoy. Alright, so that was the 4 main buttons. So now there's also 2 extra buttons at the bottom. So these two button closures, snap closures, they're meant for you to fold it back when you're trying to like fold up the sleeve. So when you want to fold the arm back, this is how you would do it. You would snap it back to the 2 special snap closures buttons at the very end, closest to your elbow, and then when you snap that up, you can fold it back and it will kind of stay, and it looks kind of stupid in my opinion, which is why I will never do it unless it's needed, like when I'm eating, when I'm driving, when I'm going to the bathroom. But every other time I want to really wear this jacket to show its full extent of its sleeves. And the end of the sleeve, there are no snap closures, which I will talk about later, but the end of the sleeve is a lot bigger. It looks like a claw, you know? So, you know, I personally love it. I love just how fun it is just to play around with the claw and with the long sleeve. All right, next, this detail is actually very cool, and they kind of, with this particular detail, they showed it heavily in the runway. So it is the Raglan shoulder that has 3 snap closures, which can be undone and folded down to reveal shoulders. Also, the jacket can be worn as a vest with the sleeve hanging behind. Now, let's talk about the con of it. So there are 3 snap closures on the shoulder. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And for the con, personally, I think they should have done 5, because like, as you're watching this video right now, there are a lot more holes exposed. Like I could put my arm through it. So from a practicality standpoint, I think 5 snap button closures would have been better than 3. And also this 3 is very in the middle. It's not like the edge, the middle, and the edge. So I think what they could have done was that they could have done like zippers, but I also understand that zippers, like trying to zip it up, it'll be a lot more cumbersome, because like you could rip the down, you could rip the nylon exterior and then the down could come out. So the snap closure, like I do see the practicality behind it, but it just, from a winter jacket perspective, it's not the most practical. A zipper would have done the job a lot better, but it's also probably going to add more to the cost, because like adding a zipper just right there, it's going to cost more than the snap closures. And with this exposed shoulder, there are a lot more ways to style these jackets, and you know, I'll put a photo of Michelle Lamy wearing it right now, and I plan on wearing this in the fall and spring, and when it's not the coldest of days, I will, you know, put my arm through the sleeve and then try to get more airflow into my body. So it's gonna be fun, and I truly love the way the sleeve like just lay off of your body. Just, it's so long, it's extra long, so then it feels like this jacket, it makes this jacket more unique. I know I use that word a lot, I know I overuse it, but truly, where else are you gonna find this detail on a jacket? Another thing I want to talk about is that it features a signature cotton webbing strap with rivet detail across the back yoke. So when it's really hot, when you're just switching from, let's say it's a really cold day and you got on the train and it's just really hot in there, you want to take off your down jacket, but you don't want to, you know, carry it like this. So this strap, I'll include a video right now. I want to also reassure you that it has been significantly reinforced. Like look at this embroidery, not embroidery, look at this stitching, you know. All right, so let's talk about the pockets. So there are no exterior pockets, so this is a flaw, this is a con, but this is also closest to the original piece from Sisyphus, because the original piece also doesn't have exterior pockets. These just have 2 interior pockets. Just to hit on the quality of the interior pocket for a bit, I believe it's just 100% polyester. It is big, you will fit a lot of stuff. You know, you can fit your sandwich, you can fit your book, you can fit your passport, like I'm sure, you know. I forgot who told me that, you know, I forgot who said that as a rule of thumb, but anyway, you can fit all those 3 items. A bit random, but all 3 of those items you can fit. Two interior pockets instead of 2 exterior pockets. So when it's really cold out, you can't, like, you know, put your hands in there to warm it up. So I think an arm warmer or gloves will definitely be needed when it's cold out and you want to use this as a winter jacket, or if this is the only one when you're traveling. When you're traveling, you're taking this jacket only as a winter jacket. So make sure to get arm warmers, make sure to get gloves. Like, those will help a lot. It's like, you know, you can't put your hand in the interior pocket like this. I mean, maybe you can go from under, but it's impractical. Okay, back to the interior pocket. It feels a bit flimsy. It feels like with an accidental touch to a knife or just scissor. With those accident, like I feel like the pocket would just come apart. And with my Performer jacket, like the pockets was like reinforced and like attached to the jacket itself. This one, it just like, it only attached to the top part and the corner, so like it's hanging around, you know, it's not like fully connected to the jacket itself. Like I will continue to test it out, and I believe one day when I accidentally cut it, it's just gonna be a hole in the pocket and have to take it to the tailor, or I'll have my mom help me, you know, or I'll just do it myself and just, you know, it up. Let's talk about the padding. So padding slash down. So, you know, with the front, there are 3 padded shapes. With the back, 3 padded shapes as well. And the shape of the back, it also sort of arc in like a C shape, you know, like the Balenciaga C shape puffer. So I think this is just to accentuate the croppedness, the nature of the croppedness a little bit more. And it's also just, it doesn't look too boring, you know. And I view this piece more like an art piece rather than like a practical winter jacket. You can use it, but you know, please don't use it when it's really cold where you are, or if you're from Russia, if you're from Alaska. I don't think you should get this jacket to use as a winter jacket. Padding and the down, so it's incredibly light. So the warmth to weight ratio, it's actually incredible. Like this is lighter than my Montclair, and I believe this one is also lighter than my Performer. Let's just say it's the same. Let's say my Performer and this jacket right here, Gethsemane, it's the same weight. The warmth to weight ratio, it's amazing on this jacket. I haven't worn these out much in the cold, but when I have worn them for a few times now, that it keeps me warm, you know, like with the parts that it's covering on my body, like it's those body parts are actually warms. But you know, I have sensitive ears, so to truly not feel cold, like I'll need a beanie, I'll need a hat or something, or my babushka. So for me, if I truly want to, but okay, anyway, back to the point. So the jacket, the warmth to weight ratio is good, meaning that the body parts that they are covering, that the jacket is covering, those body parts will be warm. And it's also very foldable. So these are just down here, so I can crush it up into a ball. All right, here, let me show you the video right now. So I have a ticket back to Munich for April 28th. I don't know if I'm able to go, but I do have a return ticket to go back there. So if I do go, if I get the chance to go for like a week and a half, 2 weeks, I will bring this jacket, even though it won't be that cold. But you know, when it's not that cold, I'll wear it as a vest. But Munich is also a cold city, so I'm just gonna bring this jacket. I'm gonna fold it down into a ball, stuff it into the bottom of my backpack, and then I'll just wear like a hoodie on the plane or something. But that will be the only down jacket I'll bring. It's incredibly easy to travel with, and I have done that. I have done that with my Performer jacket. All right, so let's talk about the material now. So the material is a lightweight parachute nylon, and it's 100% nylon, and it's very smooth on the skin. You know, there's also a con to this as well. Like I'll talk about that later. And the color is green, but to me, it just, there's a bit of like shininess to it. It's a bit reflective when it hits the light and the sun. So, you know, I guess like the jacket interact well in the sun. So it's not truly green. It just, well, it is green, but like it's also reflective. It's also shiny. That's what I'm trying to say. All right, anyway, and the padding or the down is 90% goose down, 10% mallard feathers. So, you know, I find these to be the best combination. I know some brand that use 80-20, but 90-10, I think that's the best combo, because the warmth to weight ratio is amazing on this. You know, and it's definitely less than 1 to 2 pounds. Hopefully I have successfully filmed this to show you guys how light it is. All right, so I'm gonna film 2 take here. So in the case that I have successfully filmed this to show you how light it is, I told you it's light, all right? In the case that I didn't, why would I lie? I don't have anything to gain from this. I'm just trying to give you the information that I have. Why would I hold back some information? I don't have anything to gain. Okay? Like, come on. Like, why would I lie? Like, come on. Oh, hang on. I'm getting a phone call. Oh yeah, Rolex AD. Oh, really? You have the GMT. You have the Batman for me. You also have the Patek Philippe Royal Oak. Okay, I'll come down there right now. Like, give me 30 minutes. I'll go pick up those two watches right now.